Welcome back to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. My name's Drew Murphy.
And I'm Ryan Blackman.
We're from Hammer Fight.
I'm Jeff Rappaport.
And I'm Matt Givens, and we're not from Hammer Fight.
No, we're not. But we weren't opposed to a hammer fight.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah.
My sister dated this guy she was in high school, and his name was Bill Countryman. This is true. This is a true story, and I'll show this clip and talk about it. And anyways, he got into a fight once, and he hit some kid with a hammer. And he was so proud of the fact that his friends brought him a little like gold hammer that he used to wear around his neck.
That's cool.
Because he's like, I hit him with the hammer. I'm like, that's not something to be proud of. But he was so excited.
How does his mom feel about that?
It was like in high school. He hit a kid with a hammer.
When I was,
he had a real hammer fight.
When I was like 22, I was on my first tour ever, and I was leaving Boston, and I got a phone call from my brother, and then about 15 other people minutes later, because there's a huge rumble going outside his house. You gotta get here, there's a big fight. I'm like, I'm in Boston. I was like,
Yeah.
And it turns out one of the kids was walking around just banging kids on the head with a hammer.
On the head?
Yeah, this guy's in jail now. It's completely unrelated to that night, but from what I've been told, he's never getting out.
I would think that would really hurt.
I would imagine so. I hope I never find out.
It
But
sounds like it'd be a bummer.
I remember the most traumatic injury I
He had a
got.
bad time.
I was out by my van, and was it David or Tara when they were little, and they threw the rock over the car and hit me right in the head. David, when he was little, I don't know how big it was. The rock was probably like this big, and he was little. He was 3 or 4 years old, but he just tossed it over the top of the van, and it hit me dead inside the head. And I thought, honest to God, I thought that somebody had jumped me or something like that, because it hit me like
a
it
ton
was
of
so
bricks.
yeah, like so unexpected. I was like, oh, what happened? Whoa, what's going on? And David was like, la 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 la. He was like a little kid. I'm like, what?
It hasn't changed much, really.
Yeah.
Saying,
Yeah. Earlier tonight he threw pizza in my hand. Went, la 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 la. All right, so in the news, we are talking about news all over the place.
Supposedly, yes.
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
Australian band Outrage have signed a
Is it
deal.
Austrian? I thought.
It says
Oh, Austrian. What did I just say?
Australian.
Oh, whatever. The same country.
No,
They're
Austrian.
completely different continents, actually.
That's where Gertrude is from. Hi, Gertrude.
Yeah. She's
The
Australian.
only band from Australia worth mentioning is Bloodduster. That I'm aware of, anyway.
Yeah. So,
If I'm wrong, please send me links, because I wouldn't
But
know
listen,
your music.
there was intense. Wait, was there? I think there was a band called Intense Hammer Rage that was from Australia.
Okay, maybe I should hang out.
Can you Google that real quick and see if something comes up just to see?
Oh, but I have to go on my phone for that.
Well, you're on the phone anyways.
Two-face.
They sent me. I remember getting a demo from them. There was like a lot of cool Australian
I
bands.
agree with that. Why is Alicia?
Hi, Dio. How was your poop?
Oh,
Did you have diarrhea?
yeah.
Pizza poop.
That's what you got. Swallowing a piece of pizza hole, jerk.
Sorry, dude.
No, I agree.
It's not
with
your
that.
fault. He stole from you.
Not your fault.
No! Come on.
No,
That's all right.
no, just leave him. He's fine.
He needs to move
Alright.
back.
So in the news, in outrage, so they have an album coming out called "Brutal Human Bastard," which is really like a loving
I
title.
like it.
I think it's kind of neat.
Yeah,
Very endearing.
it's coming out in the fall of 2013, and it was recorded at Cockseller Studios.
Yep,
maybe it's-
Australia.
Wait.
Maybe it's Collectibles.
Yeah, it's spelled differently.
Yeah, I like it.
Australia.
I'll go with Cockseller.
Tasmania, specifically.
Look, see?
Oh, yeah? They're from Tasmania?
Yeah.
That's
I like
fucking
that. I
cool.
remember that. That was like my mind. I remember what's wrong my mind.
What genre did it say they were?
It was.
It says gore grind.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
man,
like,
we should team up.
you guys should check them out. There, they were good.
I will definitely check
Yeah.
them out.
I remember getting their demo in the mail, and I'm like, "What's this?" It was like on cassette, Intense Hammer Rage. Yeah,
That's
it was awesome. It stood out for all these years. I mean, I must have got
You
that.
still remember it, so that means
Yeah.
that says something.
Yeah. All right. So, what did you guys think of Outrage?
Honestly, I know nothing about this band.
Couldn't find
But
it?
everything I found out some stuff. I wasn't able to find any music, but everything I read about it made me very interested, and I want to hear stuff, but I couldn't find it.
I checked him out, and it was kind of hard to find stuff about him because I think there was a Japanese band with the same name,
Right.
and they play like shitty alt rock or something like that. But this one, I wasn't all about it. It was really simple death metal, you know. And it was like simple death metal is one thing, like Obituary, you know, it's
Right.
straightforward, whatever. But this was just like taking like death and roll type stuff and dumbing it down, you know. It had nothing to it, really, you know.
What do you think?
Yeah, it was really everything I read about it said groove oriented and blah blah blah. So I kind of knew what to expect. It was kind of. It made me think of it's kind of the kind of thing you like actually.
It is the kind of
That
thing I
dumbed
like.
down kind of death metal. Like, yeah.
It is what I like.
I knew you liked it.
I like stupid metal. Like, you know, 6 Feet Under,
Yeah.
you know? Like, people say, oh my god, they're so talented.
I love 6 Feet Under, and then sometimes I don't. But
I like just something like just
last
like...
two
Revenge of the Zombie is one of my favorite songs ever.
What
Yeah.
about Snakes? You like that song?
Like 6 Feet Under?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that one of their newer records?
I like Death Clod, too.
Yeah.
Death Clod.
Death Clod.
This is the Death Clod. This is the Death Clod.
Oh, I say hi to Jeff Golden. He's their merch guy on tour right now. Hi, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, is he on tour with them right now?
Yeah.
Is Chris Barnes going to beat him up or rape him or hurt him or anything?
From what he told me, Chris Barnes is a very nice guy. I mean, I never met him, but this guy, Jeff told me he's like a solid dude. So I doubt that'll happen.
I hope not. I thought, yeah, like you were right, because that is,
I knew
I
exactly
enjoyed it.
kind of thing.
Yeah, and it was like, to me, it was like dumbed down death metal that, you know, like you just, you know, it's got good riffs and you know, it's just like, it reminds me of like the classic old death metal, you know?
Did you touch yourself while you listened to it?
I didn't because Dave was watching.
That would have been creepy.
I was hoping that he would go upstairs for a minute, but he, you know, he doesn't give me any personal space ever. I can't even move my elbows
That's
without
completely believable.
hitting him or the dog, so there's no chance to be alone and touch myself.
It's a shame.
It
It's
just
no way to
happens, or else I probably would have done it.
It's no way to live.
You can always touch yourself when you're not alone. I mean,
Not when you're sitting there with your son.
all right,
There's like laws against that, I think.
Okay, well, I don't have kids. I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
It doesn't work out very well. I just said rel. Oh, you know what I learned today that was really interesting today? Wait a minute, let me just find a note. Talk about something, Matt.
Oh, yo, can you get a Mickey's out of the fridge while you're up?
Yep.
So, what's going on, man?
The Phillies need to turn around soon, man.
I don't want to talk about baseball. Baseball bores me. I used to really love it when I was a kid. And then I discovered weed and metal, and everything changed. Oh, sweet, thanks. It's just like, you know, that reminds me when I was a kid. And all I did was get beers from my dad.
It's just like,
Nice.
Okay, can't find it, but it's still an interesting story anyways. So, I was at work yesterday, and they gave me like the wrong keys to open up, like I gotta open buildings up, like open, you know, like front doors, closed. I had the wrong keys. So I came back and I had to knock on all these doors to get the buildings open, like 10 different buildings. So I came back to my boss and I said, you know what, you're lucky that I'm smart and smarmy.
Smarmy?
Yeah, because I was able to get in the building and go, smarmy? That's an interesting word. And I said, yeah, it's kind of like smart and swarmy. Well, apparently, he was like in love with that word. He thought that was great. He looked it up, and apparently, that it is smarmy and not swarmy.
Yeah.
I've always said, I've been saying swarmy, like for like the past 20 years, and it's actually, I said it wrong,
Smarmy.
but it actually is smarmy.
I've never said either of those words.
I didn't know that either of those words were there, and I know a lot of words.
He had never heard this guy's in his 50s, and had never heard this
interesting.
word.
I've used smarmy for like 20 years at least.
I've used it, but I've used it
Okay.
as swarmy, and when I came out, because I said smart and swarmy, but it came out as smart and smarmy, and it was actually that I said it. I was actually. He looked it up and he said what the definition is. I'm like, wait, but I said it wrong, and he goes, "What do you mean? You think you made the word up?" I go, "No, I don't think I made the word up, but I said the word wrong." And he goes, "No, you didn't," and he actually printed it out and put it on my desk to show me. So that was. I don't know what that had to do with anything.
Yeah, I can't remember again on this.
How did I even talk about
When
this?
I was in high school, I dated a girl who was under the impression for some reason that the word douche meant poop. So then I emailed her the
Whoa.
definition of douche, and she called me an asshole.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny.
Well, I guess
Did she have
you-
a dirty vagina? Like,
No,
you
she
know what
didn't. No,
douching was?
no, she didn't. She was just young.
Oh.
Too young to know.
Well, I guess if you don't douche, though, it could smell like poop.
Could. I guess
Fish poop.
I just guess her mom didn't tell her.
It
I
could
don't
smell
know,
like
man.
it could smell like caviar.
Fish eggs? Oh man, that makes me want to say something I'm not going to.
You change caviar to douche. Whenever you have.
Exactly. You're a caviar bag.
I can't afford caviar.
You ever had caviar?
I've only had like the orange caviar they put on sushi. I've never had like the little black round rich people caviar, the black shit.
It's weird. It just tastes
I know.
like it's like you want to get some, go get like some little gelatin balls, okay, and then put a lot of salt on them,
Yeah.
and then eat it, and that's what caviar tastes like.
So people just eat it because it's expensive and they feel important when they do
Pretty
it.
much. I didn't like go like, oh, so many. Like I was at a country club once when I was young, like probably his age, and they had caviar, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta try caviar, and they had it like like it was like out, and I'm just like, ah. It was like
Sounds pretty gross.
it was like little gelatin balls with salty gelatin balls. That's what it tastes like.
They're unfertilized fish eggs.
Yeah.
I've watched videos on like where they harvest caviar. It's fucking disgusting. It's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
recommend looking it up.
Everything about it is wrong.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know who first discovered that shit, but I guess back in the day when you were eating every part of the animal, you let
Yeah.
nothing go to waste.
Eat this? Why
And-
not?
Yeah.
Culinary sciences weren't as developed. You couldn't,
I think the only
combine
reason
things.
it's expensive is because it's a pain in the ass to get.
Yeah, it's like truffles.
Yeah.
They have like those pigs that sniff
Oh,
around.
yeah.
looking
Yeah,
for
for
it.
what? It was the truffle's pretty much a fucking root, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's just hard to come by, so they charge a lot of money for it.
Yeah, well, they have these pigs that go out in season and they go smelling around for it.
Yeah, I saw that episode of The Simpsons.
I think it grows on cow manure or some shit or crazy.
That's mushrooms. That's shrooms.
I was just thinking today. It's
Yeah, was I just
this
talking
is
about?
it's
Truffles.
Right, truffles are a mushroom.
oh, but they're not like the fun kind.
No.
Yeah, shrooms is what grows on cow poop.
Yeah, it grows on
Truffles
poop.
are under
I was just thinking
right?
today, it's about that time of year to start eating hallucinogenics
Oh.
and go explore the
I want to
explore nature with your buddies. It's fun.
I just want to eat some cow poop. I don't even want the mushrooms that are growing out of them, just the poop.
Yeah,
Hey man, you want to eat poop? Go for
You
it.
can probably put your lips right on a cow's ass.
Don't they call them cow pies?
Yeah, deer seems to enjoy poop, so why wouldn't I like it?
Yeah. Oh, every dog I've ever had always ate shit, so I guess I don't know.
Dogs are into poop.
Poop. Yeah.
All right, I guess this clip is an outrage.
Poop. Ah.
Ah.